started shooting photography when I was about 16, 17, and it was by accident, in all honesty. I'd failed all my exams at school, and it was either go out and work in a shop somewhere or go back to college for an art course, and photography was part of that course. And it was during that I found at least that I was good at something for the first time. Years ago, I was told that I was crazy for using gels. It certainly wasn't cool. It was, why would you do that? Why would you ruin an already beautiful image by throwing random colors onto it? I think it's easy to get bogged down with what other people say, but I think as soon as you start letting that get in the way, then that starts taking away from your actual photographic style. I think you just have to stay true to yourself, and over time that will shine through. If you don't believe that you can create something that's never been done before, then you have no hope of ever doing that. For me, that's what I always strive to do. And even if I fail at that, at least I've come a lot closer. Mistakes are the seeds of creativity. So if you're pushing yourself hard enough, you're going to make a mistake. And that mistake will then lead on to you making a change that maybe you'd never done before. And it's when you start doing that that you really feel like you are genuinely creating something that did not exist prior to that. I try and get as much of an image done in camera as I possibly can do on the day. I don't think I've ever done a composite before, and that's been suggested to me in the past as surely that would be easier. But for me, you're assuming that you know what an image is going to look like before you've done it. You assume that you have an idea of the perfect image. And from a client's perspective, if you're doing it there and then on the day, at no point is it in their minds to go, oh, it'd be nice to add this and do that later on, because you're doing it in front of them. Several years ago, I used to manage a studio, and I was responsible for training the new recruits that came in. And it was something that I grew to love as, in all honesty, you see somebody getting better under your tutelage. What I learned the most from that was I didn't want to create this army of clones. I just don't think it's conducive to them being a good photographer long term. So when I would teach them in the studio, I would literally put black gaffer's tape over the light settings, because people would always be, writing down the power of the lights and that sort of stuff. And if you're just copying, you're not learning to take better photographs. One thing that I found that I enjoyed more about the workshops, even than being in the studio, was the fact that you have a lot of hobbyist shooters in there that perhaps don't do it all day, every day. So when you see them get really excited about creating something that wasn't there before, it's great. Yeah, I just absolutely love doing it.